All right, live in the kitchen of life. Start every video with a smile. All right, whew. We're live. We're live. We're live. I don't even. I'm in the kitchen, but I really didn't plan on cooking anything. That's the that's the thing. I'm not. There's a secret that I'm doing that I seem to be hard time trying to keep secrets. Hold up. Yeah, trying to keep secrets and can't keep secrets because I don't want to eat during this time. That's the biggest thing. I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat. I had there was a video coming out today called "Your Herbs, Your Herbs Are Your Food." Uh, I always give credit to where credit is due. Um, I learned that from Manana. She probably learned it from sages. This information keeps going around, and good people repeat it. Uh, but Manana back in Little Five Points, Atlanta, Georgia, when I first started on Dr. Sabi, I saw today one of my friends sent me a Dama's video. She was crucial in this journey because she started me. I think started me where I went to the Dr. Sabi stuff. She was doing red clay, and she give books to read and stuff like that. And she's still out there, and man, she looks exactly the same. I'm gonna say vampire, but man, she looks exactly the same. Like this is 20 years ago. This lady looks exactly the same. Like she has not aged at all. She eating good. Her herbs is her food. So I saw that. I got through taking my therapy this morning. That's why I'm hyped. My energy's up. But I guess what I wanted to do is while we're on camera, we're live. We're gonna we're gonna cut up. We're gonna cut up. Let's make sure we got the volume good. Volume's good. Yeah, volume is good. I guess what I wanted to do is, I guess, cut these Brussels sprouts. During this cleanse, the game plan is to eat as less as possible. Um, that's really the hugeness of this game plan is to eat. Angle the camera a little bit more without dropping the camera. Eat as less as possible. Of course, you want to make sure your body is getting the nutrients it needs. But you got to ask yourself, who the hell knows what your body needs if you've been eating McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, and that's been your thing. Not that I've been eating McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. I'm gonna be honest. I saw that new McDonald's hamburger. I've been wanting to go for it, that big arch. I'm like, no, 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 not gonna do that. But people will sit up here and tell you, oh, you got to get your protein in. Oh, you got to get look, they're programmed. When you run into people, I want you to understand what an NPC is. An NPC is who feels like they've got to tell you something when you're telling them something. When you're telling them, hey man, I'm working on my health, I'm doing something. Somebody said, that's right. Who? Somebody also said, what you cooking? We're doing Brussels sprouts. Um, an NPC is somebody that feels like they got to tell you something when you're telling them something. Hey, I'm on this cleanse right now. Hey, back in the day, in 1913, I did a cleanse, and instead of just listening to what you said, they feel like they gotta. It's just like they're throwing you off somehow. They feel like they just gotta intervene and just say something, you know, and it winds up just really just kind of throwing you off from what you're talking about, And it ain't everybody who do this, but enough people do this. Uh, it gets annoying. It gets annoying, but that's who they are. That's part of their job. I used to be 500 pounds now. Whoa, down to 225, man. Please tell me you did this on camera. You did this on video. Down to 2025. I had so much bad information given during my weight loss. Golly. I trust me. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this on camera. I've been doing this now since 2014, end of 2014. I wish I had started when I did the first journey with Dr. Saban. I lost all that weight. See, I try stuff. That's what I do. I had a, you gotta, I don't want to confuse people because it gets confusing. If you don't understand certain teaching, certain mind, it ain't teaching, just certain mindset. We all have time and place. Let's just put it like that. We all have time and place. And I cheat a lot because I do a lot of mental time traveling. I like to see where I need to be or where I'm going to be, but there's some things I'm not given purpose to or given freedom to do. So I'm an avatar like everybody else, but we're not going to get into that. We're going to get into that. I knew at 25 the journey I was about to go on. I knew at 50 I'm about to hit 50. The journey is changing, and I got to change for that journey. So it's like my body, my mind, it's been kicking in more and more this year. At the beginning of the year, it was sluggish. I knew I had to do it, but like the closer I get to this journey, it's like the engine is revving up. It's revving up because it has to change, and there's a lot of change. If you look at my story, you know I got married 2.5 years ago. Fit, feminine, friendly wife. Thank you, Kevin Samuels. Rest your soul. Dr. Sabi, that's Muhammad Ali. Dr. Sabi's over there. Dr. Sabi has been the person that I've watched for years and years. Now, like I said, there's been other people. Right now, I'm watching, and I really like Yaki Awaken. I mean, he's breaking the mucus down. That ain't just mucus. Mucus is a byproduct of your body trying to protect itself. And he's breaking it down even further. He's taking Dr. Sabi's teachings and Layla Africa's teachings, Queen of Food's teachings, all these teachings, he's elevating it. And a lot of people are having a hard time because a lot of people live in egoism. You know, a lot of people live in egoism and not just analyzing information. Just like everybody is mad at Terrence Howard because he's starting to ruffle feathers in the science community. You know, what is this actor talking about? And Billy Carson keeps having him on his show. You know, and I think he was even on Joe Rogan breaking stuff down, and people were just, oh, how is he talking about the stuff he's talking about? Instead of just doing what you're supposed to do, peer review, like Neil deGrasse Tyson said. If you say what he's saying ain't true, do peer review science. You know, I'm cleaning my water. Whoa. What is this? Yeah, distilled white vinegar. Probably putting too much in there. Because you don't know what's on these Brussels sprouts. They were, look at that. As a plumber, we do not like that. That was cross-threading. Like when it cross-threads. But got a Brussels sprouts. Oh, we need our container. We're going to put it in. Look, my body's still fighting for food. It wants, well, not even the body. It's the mind. It's mental. I haven't been hungry since I was 12 years old. It's mental. All this stuff is mental now. It's mental. I really need to clean this counter up. It's got all my stuff on it. I need more of this counter space. Let's put this up. Something wrong. Actually, we can put a lot of things up. A lot of things up out the way, but we'll do that later. We'll do that later. I need to, but right now, Brussels sprouts, cold water, distilled vinegar, or warmly cool water, distilled vinegar. Let them sit there for a minute. Any stuff that's on it that don't need to be on it, and put that, get that. Let's get the oven going. Oven, turn on. I'm not in that future. Oh shit. Well, I'm supposed to do this. Say 375. I'm actually learning more and more what to set that on. Okay, take the pan. I know you're gonna say, why the hell does he have his pan in the freezer? Well, guess what? Cause I cooked some stuff that had oil on it, and it oiled up and it had grease. So I left it in the freezer to congeal. Oh, we want that right there. Left it in the freezer to congeal. And I took the parchment paper off and threw away the other stuff, but didn't take it out the freezer. So, but that's kind of a cool little technique. You never put any kind of oil down your sink. I had a nightmare the other night. Somebody was putting oil down their sink. And it's probably because I went on a job and I was like taking chunks of oil up out of this floor sink. And I don't know. That's what they call a floor sink. It's really a floor drain, but it's 3 compartment sink draining into the floor drain. They call it a floor sink, I guess. All right, so let's read some more. Exactly 100%. Your mind is the biggest obstacle. Once you conquer that, anything's possible. That is the truth. That is the truth. The truth. The truth. What is that, Rick Grimes? Man, Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes, man. Walking Dead. All right, so we're gonna cook. We're gonna cook this, and we're just kind of just talking. Just gives me something to do while I'm talking. Uh, I usually only go live on special occasions or weekends anyway. So I'm gonna have to cut these Brussels sprouts because you got to cut them in half. Uh, and I need a big bowl to mix them in because you gotta put oil in it. What kind of oil do I have over here? I think I have grapeseed oil, organic or non-GMO grapeseed oil. Got to put oil in. So put this to the side. You don't need this right now. Need to wash off because I'm gonna have to layer these things. Cut off some layers, cut them in half. It looks like it's about say 50 of them in here. And it's best that if I'm eating and I'm cooking and doing stuff, it's best that I do this on the weekend. Uh, love your knowledge, and as soon as you have, I am definitely going to subscribe. If you subscribe, you might have just broke the record. You might have hit me over 400, not 400, 4,000. 4,000. I was before this video. I was at 3,998. So if we get it, I'm gonna give it to you, Rick Grimes. I'm gonna give it to you. If I look at after this, I'm gonna do a special thanks to you for hitting that 4,000 mark for me, sir. 4,000 mark. Because if I cut this off and it's 4,000, I'm gonna give you the credit. Give you the credit for it. So that being said, I have been through so many. We've tried so many diets in the last 20 years. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only ones ever worked for me, it truly worked. And that's Dr. Sebi stuff. Going by the list, food list to eat, it works for me. Now, does that mean people can't do carnivore diet? Yes. Yes. Some people are going to do very good on. I watch a lot of people on YouTube, social media. There's one lady, what is this, steak butter girl and steak butter guy. She was just showing this flatbread, with cottage cheese and 2 eggs to make this perfect flatbread. And I've tried that. I've tried eating that, and it tastes good. That's a flat. If you're gonna eat flatbread, to me, that's awesome. But there's a lot of diets that work. What we've got to understand is we're one race, the human race, but their genetics mixed with so many. Now we're going to talk Billy Carson. There are so many other beings that have mixed with the human genetic gene pool. Now we're talking spacey, talking a little spacey out here, a little spacey. What is he talking about? What is this guy talking about? Uh, so much genetics have been mixed. As Billy Carson likes to say, we've been genetically markered by either our ancestors or other beings. And then you got to really go into those subjects to really understand what I'm talking about. I listen, I analyze, I take information as needed. But Billy Carson to me is, as I've analyzed a lot of information, his understanding is pretty on point to a large degree. So we got our big bowl right here. Still got my water out because I'm drinking water. With my cleansing stuff in, I'll put it over here. I need to clear this area out a little bit more. Got a lot of stuff right there. But, so, woo, look at that. Bam, bam. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking layers off. The Brussels sprouts. Man, let me tell you this crazy story. And I've told this before, but ain't nobody going to find it. And this is the scraps of it. Cut off the ends. Let me tell you this story. It's a really interesting story. When I was a kid in Memphis, Tennessee, went to a preschool, and they had Brussels sprouts. And the catch is, I could have literally just been sick, had a cold or flu, but I ate Brussels sprouts and threw up. And I just never liked the taste of Brussels sprouts from that point on. Well, let's go 40 something years later. I'm at a restaurant, aka I'm gonna say the what it means, Black Moon, aka Kalashunji's here in Dallas, is a vegetarian vegan restaurant. Been here for 30, almost 40 years now. If this is the type of food that you would eat, you definitely got to do your pilgrimage there. It's inside of a Hare Krishna temple. They ain't trying to convert you on nothing. I ain't never been asked to come there or worship there or whatever. These people just want you to come to the restaurant. If you like the rest, you like the rest. Um, if I could, I would go there. I usually try to go there at least once a week. If I could, I would go there probably 3-4 times a week if I stayed really close. But I do go there more than normal now because of a certain job I have allows me closer access there. But they cook Brussels sprouts one time. And they cook what I'm about to cook, baked Brussels sprouts. And my mind went, what? It's like, this is what Brussels sprouts taste like? And rest is history. I actually, usually I would go to Tom Thumb and they got them. A lot of times you can get them two for $5. And they're pre-cut. Whoever it is takes time. Usually it's $4.99 a package. A lot of times they don't want them to, they have to throw it away. You can catch it on sale, two for that price, and usually it's pre-cut. So I don't this detail that I'm doing now, I don't even have to do. I'm done, So really, to get good deals, you got to shop around. You really got to shop around to just get good deals now. Especially now, I got this store that I go to, this discount grocery store. God, when I tell you I have never spent more than $90 at that place, I'm averaging under $50 for like a week of food. It's amazing. Now, it's a discount store, and I'm going to be honest with you. They get stuff from other stores that's close to expiration date. And sometimes it's at expiration date. But if you understand food and you understand that some things don't really have an expiration, like, they got water has expiration date. Water has an expiration date because they're putting chemicals and other ingredients in those waters. And that is causing, with the plastic that is in, they have to put an expiration date on it. So, but like I say, you really have to shop around to get better deals now, better sales, better opportunities. Uh, I mean, a lot of y'all might be independently wealthy, you know, might be independently wealthy around this place. So you may not, you might could go to the world famous Whole Foods every day. Whole Foods, owned by Amazonians. You might can go there every single day. Hey, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. If you're attending to eat better, eating food is your herbs. Your foods are your medicine. You know, that's why the pharmaceutical companies, a lot of the base ingredients are very interesting. Dr. Bird, it just shows you how much I don't listen to on YouTube. Man, the information's out there on social media. Dr. Bird, how they always discredit vitamin D3, vitamin D vitamins. You don't need as much. They don't want you in the sun as much. It gives you that C word, and it does this, it does that. But the interesting thing is, he says that in a lot of base ingredients in these pharmaceuticals is, guess what? Vitamin D3. That they know what it really does, but they don't promote it because you can get it for free. 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 Why do you think the whole law when it came to marijuana has changed? Because now they have dispensaries. You can still grow it for free. Ooh, you can grow your own marijuana? You can. You can grow it for free. Now, some ancient Jamaicans say you should not be smoking it. You should be eating it in your food because it is a herb and it's not supposed to be burnt to do it. But people do what they want to do. Free will. That's what we gave you, free will here. You got freedom of will. So, but that's what they wanted. They wanted to be able to get to that the economics of it. So that was the whole point of starting that process, was to get people to start making dispensaries. The same thing, I'm about to blow your mind even further. You ready? Your mind's about to go to nuclear in just a second when I tell you this. You know all these people who smoke cigarettes? Why ain't they growing their own tobacco? Native American culture. George Washington got paid back in the day, tobacco farmer. Now, people now are gonna say, oh, he was an evil person. He had slaves and he was a tobacco farmer. Do you understand the tobacco that he was growing back then and the tobacco people are taking now ain't the same tobacco? Thought about that for a second? Have you researched into that for a second? That you could have been a good smoker back then, may have not had heart disease, cancer, and all this other stuff, may have been kind of more enlightened with stuff and had more of a euphoric feeling about life and getting up doing stuff. But it's when they got control over the industry, that's when the stuff changed. Ever thought about that? You got friends who smoke cigarettes, just like people who grow their own weed. Why don't people grow their own tobacco? It's legal, ain't it? You're not selling it. You're growing your own supply. Because the power is in the control of you. See, there's beings on this planet that just want to control you. Because there's way more than enough resources to go around. Man, in a sense, this universe is small as hell, but you don't really understand what that means. It's extremely small. But from our perspective, it's damn near endless. So, that being said, how is there not enough to go around? From our perspective, when I say our perspective, because I live here among you, from our perspective, every person in the world can stand next to each other in Los Angeles, California. Tell me I'm wrong with that. Actually, I think every person in the world can be next to each other and have their own one single bedroom apartment in, say, California. I'm telling you, I believe everybody can live in the United States of America and have their own house. All 8 so-called billion of you. This is a huge place here from our perspective. From our perspective, this is a pretty big area from our perspective. So you ask the question is, how is there not enough to go around? Think about that for a second. How is there not enough to go around? More than enough to go around. More, way more. Rick Grimes, you still with us? Wow, bless you. There's way more than enough to go around. But from their perspective, they've got to control it to keep you from eating up everything at one time. They don't control it. You guys are greedy. Y'all are going to eat up everything at one time, just like a dog. You're going to eat up everything. And you got to control it so you just don't eat up everything. And in the meantime, they're using the energy to have super yachts, super parties, live super lives. You going to work every day, making that happen. Watched the video yesterday. It's a beautiful video. I sent it to a couple friends. It was on Instagram. I wish you could kind of repost stuff on Instagram sometimes. Instagram is an interesting site. But the guy was on a bicycle and he brought a point. He says, during this so-called pandemic, the C word, C-19 word, during that whole incident and stuff like that, he said we had essential workers. I was an essential worker. I wanted to be at home making $600 a week doing nothing. I could have survived off of, it was more than 600. It was like 900 at some point, $900 a week. I could have survived off of $900 a week sitting at home, playing video games, reading books, getting in shape. Man, I saw some of my friends working out, getting in shape. Ain't got nothing to do. I would have loved to do that for 6-7 months. Did I just throw the wrong thing in here? I don't know. I'd have loved to do that. And I'm not against any person who did it. If you were not considered essential and they paid you to do that, that's what you deserved. You know? But I would have loved to do it. I didn't get that opportunity. I was essential. Now, did the government give me any extra boosts or benefits or anything like that? No, they didn't. Uh, I didn't get $600 a month or $600 a week for going to work and making sure the country stable. So think about this. The so-called essential people that keep the country going are lower income, lower paid people. We keep the country rolling. And the high power CEOs and stuff still makes that kind of money. Makes you go, makes you think interesting for a second. It's like, that's kind of interesting. We were out there making the money, keeping the country going. And now that the shit done hit the fan and the economics is caught up to us because we done made trillions of dollars, now the essential people are the ones paying the most to keep stuff going still. Interesting. See, that's making you think there's more than enough to go around. There was so much to go around, they were paying people to stay at home. We ain't ever thought about stuff like that, have we? There was so much to go around, they had enough to pay people to sit at home. See, that's the secret. That's the secret. Something they had to have happen during that time period. Something was going on. But they had so much, they could pay people to sit at home. That's amazing. Y'all don't think that's amazing? I can pay you to sit at the house, and the country didn't go into Black Friday or Black Thursday or Black Monday or whatever. Where you go into what they call it, the Great Depression. The country did not go into the Great Depression. We actually just had 4 years of Biden. We're going to get 4 more years of Mr. Trump. We had 1 year and some of Trump when that stuff was happening. But the country didn't fall apart somehow. How's that possible? How is that possible? You only had essential workers out there. See, they're starting to program you right now. They're getting you ready for what Elon Musk brought out, your iRobots. They're getting you ready for it. Now, it's like what Billy Carson say, hey, if you have a robot and he goes out and work for you and they pay you for that robot, then yeah. But you cannot just have people sitting on the system. But this is already being done overseas with the oil countries. People just sit there. They get paid for being a part of the oil-rich subfamilies. Kuwait, I think United Emirates. Do your research. Don't believe nothing I tell you. Do your research. What jobs they really got. Look at the jobs they do got. I remember I saw a guy on there delivering gas in a nice super gas little, clean gas thing. Man, talking about he was making what was it, $90 an hour? Man, he can't live off of $90 an hour. I'm thinking, what? You're making $90 an hour? You can't. What are you buying? What do you got going on? You can't live off of $90 an hour? I'm like, hey, I'm struggling. $90 an hour is not enough. And then you find out the house he got paid for by the government. The cars are discounted. And you ask yourself, oh shit, that's the wrong one. I get the right one. You ask yourself, it's like, what is he doing with the money he's doing? Don't take my word for it. Research yourself. You'll find a nice little hidden secret that in these countries that we get this oil from, and remember, Alaska, Texas, California has, and other parts of this country you don't even know about, has more oil that'll last us for the next 100 years. And remember, in the next 50 years, we're supposed to be off of fossil fuel. Do your research. Do not trust what I'm saying. Do your research. And if it's wrong, come back to the video and tell me it's wrong. And hell, I'll put you on a live stream and we'll debate it on live stream. You know, if what I'm saying, oh, that was black pepper. This is spikes. I got a salt-free kind of version of this. Yeah, but I'm not going to open that one up yet. It's the blue one, salt-free, or I guess, I don't know. I didn't even know they put salt in these things. Now we've got some, basically this is what I'm doing. Look at that. Cut them up. Russell E. Sprout. We got some onion powder. We're going to the onion powder is what really sets it off. The onion powder. Now, ooh, about to do something dangerous. Cayenne pepper. Gotta be careful. Wait, is that cayenne? The reason why I asked that because I got cinnamon in the same thing, and sometimes I'll be looking at the color and it was cinnamon. Yeah, I think I'm about to sneeze. I think that's enough cayenne. So we're gonna mix it. Put both of these babies back up. See what I was talking about? If you're not really paying attention, the cinnamon and the cayenne look the same when you're looking at it from another angle. The cinnamon's a little bit darker, but when you ain't paying attention, you running your mouth or talking on the phone or watching football or whatever, mistakes will happen. They still ate it. Still ate it. Don't put too much cinnamon on there. Cinnamon actually is pretty good on a lot of stuff. Cinnamon is pretty tasty. So we've mixed this up now. Look at that. We've got our oven set at 375. Now, usually I couldn't pick up this pan. This thing was cold as hell. Sitting on top of this stove, it usually would be burning my hand because the oven is under it and it's heating it, but I had it cold. I didn't do that on purpose, but it actually worked. Now we got some world famous parchment paper. How did I not know about this most of my life? Parchment paper used too much right then, damn. But it's all good. We can just fold it a little. You know, fold it underneath there. Okay, fold it underneath there. Fold this side too. We got us some beautiful, beautiful parchment paper. Now we're going to take this. We're going to spread this out evenly. Parchment paper. Put this bowl in the sink. You got to get the oil off of it. Done dishwashing soap. You wanna soak it up. You want a lot of water because when it goes down that drain, you don't want that just staying in there. So I'm gonna have a lot of water at the top. I'm gonna let a lot of water go into this. That's right. I like to clean as I'm going. I guess maybe I'm OCD, but I'm not about to throw what I'm about to do. I'm not about to throw this on the floor. I'm putting this in a bag, double bag it. My trash is ready to go out behind this camera. So actually aiming, woo, we're good. Aiming for the trash bag. Aim for the bushes. So we got that. We need to spread this out. We got some tongs. Spreading it out. Try to get as even as possible. Try to have as less amount of them on top of each other. Give them their own little space as much as possible. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever really locked in the time this takes. But we're going to set, it's on 375. That's good hot water. We'll let that soak for a minute. It's on 375, so we're going to do 375. Man, see, he's hungry. Bless you. It's on 375, and we're probably going to set the clock for 25 minutes and then look at it and see where it's at. And then what I like to do at the end when I eat it, I like to have tahini. Actually, I have some other stuff in here, but I don't know if I would eat it with it. I don't know. Tahini with, I like tahini with a little of maple syrup. I do maple syrup. Now, I have this big giant thing of agave. I'm going to do a video on that. I haven't used it at all because Dr. Sabi's list recommends agave, but I've heard other reports about agave. See, this is my old list. See, my old list has grade B maple syrup. Agave is on there, date sugar's on there, maple sugar's on there, but grade B maple syrup is on there. I have a video, one of my more popular videos, the old and the new list. So look, I analyze just like everybody else. We got free will. You analyze, research, and compare. That's what you're supposed to be doing from the cradle to the hereafter. So we do what we teach, what we talk about. That being said, look, Rick Grimes, I'm about to, like I said, I'm going to look in. If it's at 4,000, buddy, I'm going to give you the credit for it because it was right there at it. That being said, I wish everyone, thank you for watching. I wish you peace, health, wealth. Give gratitude always. Always keep thinking. Don't let anybody stop. As Ralph Smart say, speak until your voice shakes, until your voice cracks. Don't let nobody stop you. If you're speaking the truth, you're speaking the truth. And man, if you went from 518 to 225, dude, you need to write a book. Because I already know, however you do it, weight loss, surgery, eating right, whatever you do, there's tens of thousands of people on the planet who want to hear the information. You just got to do what I do in video and get it out there and let it flow how it flows. So that being said, I leave everyone with this world famous smile.